This is a vintage Evan Picone jacket. It's made of cashmere and wool. It's a beautiful jacket, but I've had it for a long time and there are stains on it. Like this. You could put a nice brooch there, or put a scarf here. And there's some wear on the back in the wool. So this sold for $35, which is very cheap for a jacket like this. But again, we've had it forever, and there are some marks, and our store was on sale, and we took an offer. So all those things combined made this $35. Global shipping program. This is a German leather jacket that I found at a thrift store for about $1. And it's pretty beat up though. This is missing a button. There's some stitching missing on some of the pockets. And our store is on sale, and I also took an offer of $45 on this. So $45 is still a great price for a vintage leather jacket. This is a cool vintage owl necklace. It's got a long chain. It's just kind of generic. There's no marking. I think I bought it for $1, and it sold for $30 to someone in the global shipping program. Again, that's 3 in a row, global shipping program to the UK. This is a vintage needlepoint. It's pretty cool. It's a landscape, but it's got this like fuzzy wool. It's probably hard to see. It's neat. And it's quite large actually. It's 28 inches. We took an offer of $30 for this, which is kind of low, but as other people have been saying, sales are a bit slow. So we're just like, cool, take it, done. So this is a lot of 4 Airmark brand work shirts in extra large. There's 4 of them in here, and they sold for $25. These are a pair of hair clippers that are manual. So you can shave your head without electricity. They're pretty cool. I thought these were actually awesome. But they didn't sell for very much money. Well, they sold for $34, so that's pretty good. I thought they would sell for a lot more, but $34 is still a good price. These are a pair of J. Crew seersucker pants, which are so awesome. And they sold for $30. This is a cool vintage bomber jacket, kind of a hip punk style. It's got this cool thing on the sleeve, little pocket. This sold for $42 to someone in Chile. So I have to ship. Global shipping does not cover Chile. So I am shipping priority mail, and I will insure it. So I've had pretty good luck stuff getting to Chile. Not getting to Brazil, but Chile I've had good luck with. Another bottle of nail polish sold, thank goodness. Our store is on sale, so this is normally, I think, $12.99, and it sold for $11. But, like I said, we bought 700 bottles for 30 cents each, so $11 is pretty darn good. This is a lovely Eddie Bauer Bainbridge flannel shirt. Men's shirt, very nice, sold for $20. This is an IKEA 100% cotton twin size duvet. I believe that this pattern is discontinued now, so that's good for eBay sellers because people are looking for these. And it sold on sale for $34. This is a Tommy Bahama shirt. It's 100% silk. It's quite a nice one. Extra large, and it sold for $25. This is a vintage Baltimore Orioles hat. Pretty cool. It's got some stains on it here. It's a small size. So I priced it at $19.99, and since our store is on sale, it sold for $16.99. This is a vintage Georges Berard little picture. He's a famous mid-century artist. There are many, many, many of these on eBay with this pattern, so it was not a super exciting find, although it is very cool. I love it. But it sold for $25. This is a vintage Swiss Army officer's coat. I've sold a couple of these before. I actually think I've sold this one before and someone returned it because it didn't fit. It's a beautiful, beautiful jacket. It's all wool. And I got an offer of $48 and I took it. I think I had this up for $59 and I took it and offered $10 less. Now this sold on our new store that we just started. I listed a bunch of hats. A lot of them were vintage berets. And this is one of them. It's got a leather lining with a ribbon. It's very military style, but it's made by Lord & Taylor, so you know it's just a fashion thing. But it is vintage, and it's 100% wool, and it actually sold to someone in Paris, so that's kind of funny. And it sold for $40. This is a men's bicycle helmet. We always get these because they always sell very fast. This one sold for $36.99 to someone in Thailand. And it wasn't covered under global shipping because this was my new store and I hadn't turned it on yet. So I'm not sure if it would have been covered, but this one wasn't covered this time. So he actually paid $50 to ship it. So $36.99 and $50. So that's a good sale. This is a vintage Columbia 300 bowling ball. It's pretty awesome. Weighs 14 pounds. We bought 2 bowling balls and a bowling ball bag, a tote thing with wheels, for $10. So this sold for a best offer of $24. Shipping itself was $20. I'm going to try to ship this FedEx ground. It's someone in Colorado, so that's kind of far from me. But I was willing to take an offer because I wanted to get it out of storage. And we bought the whole thing for $10, so $25 for just one ball is a good price. This is the Mothers Against Drunk Driving bookmark that we talked about. It's actually faux leather, but it's new in the package. It's never been opened. And it sold for $8.50 on sale. I believe it was $12.99 before that, but it actually sold to someone in Canada through the global shipping program. This is a lot of 3 water filters. We just got these in a bundle at a thrift shop. You know, we had a big pile of stuff and we're like, okay, just give us one price. And I don't think I paid more than $1 for each of them. And the lot of 3, we took a best offer for $160. So $160 these sold for, which is incredible. We looked up this brand. I think they're called Pro Series 2500. And they sell for, I think they sell for almost $80 each. But we wanted to get them out of storage and move them, so $160 is a great price for 3 of them. These are a pair of new with tags, little Oxfords with little cutouts, like little floral star cutouts. No brand in particular, they're kind of generic, but they are leather and they are new. And they sold for $30 to someone in New York City. So this was a cool sale, and I wish that eBay would make this easier to combine shipping for anyone, and especially global shipping program people. So this was a person in the Netherlands. They wanted a pair of Winnie the Pooh overalls and a Winnie the Pooh hat that we had, and they wanted me to combine shipping, which I can't do with global shipping. So I made them a separate listing just for both items. You know, I put pictures of both and just put their name in the title and hope that no one would buy it. I don't think anyone could really find it because there's no keywords or anything, but that's how I was able to do it. And what's cool is this is a $55 sale. Hey, come here. So that's a great sale that I might have missed out on if I couldn't combine shipping. This is a vintage cassette storage unit. It's pretty small. It holds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cassettes. And it sold for $16. The store is on sale, so it was $19, but it sold for $16, so that's still awesome. It's new in the package, so that's pretty cool. This is a vintage Miller's Falls hand drill. You can see up here that the top is snapped off. Otherwise, it would have been worth a lot more. Also, this is not one of the drills that Miller's Falls makes that is very desirable. There's one certain kind that people pay a lot of money for, over $100. But still, I had this up for $80, and then Jay took an offer of $35 because he was like, let's just get it sold. It's broken, and it's not the one that, you know, people look for. So, $35, I think we paid like $2 for it. This is a very cool vintage barnwood clock with these square cut nails, which are kind of neat. And it's kind of cool. You can hang it up 2 different ways. Someone has it on both sides there. So someone definitely made this. I think we got this at an auction. Jay remembers where he got it, but I forget. And I think I had it up for a $120, and we got an offer of $80 yesterday. We've had it for a while, so I was happy to take $80. This is a pair of women's driving moccasins. The brand is Todd's, T-O-D-S. And it's a very high quality brand. I had these up for $100, but I took an offer of $50 because it's been really slow. So $50 for a pair of shoes is great, and I'm happy to sell them. Okay, the last thing I wanted to show, someone on the blog asked to see what was on the wall of my shipping table. So this is a piece of artwork. It's a needlepoint. I wanted to get it framed at one point, but just never did, so I just taped it on the wall. This is a little bag from Amsterdam that had a postcard in it. I just thought it was cute. This and this are zip code charts, but I've never actually used them. Sometimes I've used this one to just see how far away a zone is. And this I found at our local thrift shop, and it's actually in Dutch. So I thought that was funny. The only word I know is this one, which means button-down shirt. That is from KLM, the airline. It's Vermeer painting. That is just an awesome vintage express mail Tyvek envelope from USPS. This is some artwork I found in a magazine that we listed, or were going to list, but it fell out. It's buffaloes. This is a card that a friend of mine made. I donated to him running in a triathlon, I think, and he sent those out. I thought it was pretty cool. The same friend sent that one, which also reminds me of Amsterdam. That is from an antique center in Amsterdam. And then these are paintings that Jay did when he was little of his mom and dad, and they're really funny. So that's it for this week. See you next week. Bye.